Wow, sign me up. Really, that message speaks to every kid out there launching model rockets or building UAVs in their mom's workshop or reading their father's copy of Ender's Game. The message also reflects, though, the very reason why Space Force was created. A force capable of planning for what's possible while it's still impossible. Capable of imagining what will be imagined. That doesn't happen within a 73-year-old organization whose focus has been on a different domain. Space experts recognize that. President Trump and Vice President Pence recognize that, and Congress recognize that. Now we have a Space Force. Space Force needs to be an organization that is nimble in staffing, nimble in innovation, of course, and nimble in acquisition. With everything I've seen from General Raymond so far, I know he gets it. So I'm pleased with how Space Force is building its staff and initial cadre. Slow and deliberate, with as much focus on what they don't need while still growing to what they do need. And they're picking the cream of the crop. Being nimble means you don't have to play the numbers game. You can fill positions solely based on the quality of the individuals. Nimble in innovation means you use all the resources out there, including military labs, commercial companies, and especially our amazing universities. I was honored to have General Raymond come out to Grand Forks for his first official trip as the leader of Space Force. And I watched him stress to faculty at UND how big of a role research universities will have on this new branch's success. Whether it's through university-affiliated research centers known as UARCs or by educating the next generation of Space Force operators and leaders, heavy involvement by universities will help ensure Space Force has a constant flow of fresh ideas. And finally, Space Force needs to be nimble in acquisition. I'll let Dr. Turnier tell you what space acquisition should be, but I can tell you what it can't be. It can't be an aircraft program that takes almost 15 years from selection to become operational and still be in production almost 45 years after selection like the F-35. It can't be a helicopter program that takes 22 years, spends almost $7 billion, and never delivers a vehicle like the Comanche. And it can't be a successful UAV program that struggles to get funding while money is diverted to flagship fighter aircraft programs like what's happened to the MQ-1. These are the things that Congress is watching as Space Force looks to achieve that success. I was disappointed to see that the Space Force-related funding anomalies didn't make it into the continuing resolution, but I'm confident that when the National Defense Authorization Act and fiscal year 21 appropriations bills pass, Space Force will continue on its journey to becoming the world's leader in space. And now I want to pass the conversation over to Dr. Derek Turnier, the director of the Space Development Agency. I had the honor of hosting him at Grand Forks earlier this month and was thoroughly impressed by his vision for SDA. Make sure you ask him his opinions on the similarities and synergies of UAVs and satellites. Over to you, Derek.